Hi, this video is on how to export video from the XProtect client. The first thing I do is I set up my own views here. I've got a 1x1, a 1x2, and a 2x2, and that's so that depending on how many cameras are needed to be exported, the video that I export can have them all in one export. So you do that under Setup, and then you can make your own private view. You just click that you want to make a new folder, and then inside the folder you can make a new view, and there's tons of different views options there for you that you can set up. So first of all, I do want to point that out. Then we're going to go to our camera that we want to use, and in this case we have two servers. Server 1 with cameras, server 2 with cameras, and I know the one I want is under server 2, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to that particular camera. And then once I find it, NTHS Gym Camera 32, I just drag it over here, and now that's the active camera. Then I'm going to go to the date function down here and set the start and end date. So I'm going to go back to November 28th at 8:00 p.m. and finish at 8:10 p.m. on the same day. So I set those dates and say OK, and now you can see it's going back here and it's resolving that it's got a bunch of video from that date. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to export. The current version has an export button up here. I just put in the newest 2016 version. My export button's down here. It does the same thing. I click and I just say export. So it's going to say, hey, what do you want to name it? You can just leave it named the way it is. And then I'm going to say, where am I going to export it to? Right now it goes to my documents folder in a folder called milestone, in a folder called video export. And then these are the defaults that I leave set. I want the XProtect format, and I want the player on there. I don't do any password protecting. I don't prevent re-exporting. I just leave all those things set the way they are. And then I just hit start export. Oh, I forgot to hit the add item. The one that I just picked, I needed to add that too. You could add more, but if you have a view and you click add item, it's going to add them all at the same time. So now you can see that I've got that camera from that time to that time, and I get a little preview of what it is over there. And now I can just hit the start export button, and it is going to prepare and then export. And then if I go to my documents folder, where that just went to, it's going here to my documents, milestone, video export, and then it stamps the export folder for the date and time that you just did. And it's today's date and time, not the date and time that you're exporting. So it's not this date and time up here. You can see I'm doing the export at on the 10th of December 2018 at 10:49, which is when it started. It's 10:50 right now. And now I'm just waiting for this export to get finished. And when I'm done, it's going to be right here, and I can just save that whole thing to a flash drive or something. I could even zip it up and email it to somebody if I needed to, so that they would have access to that video as well. And that's all it takes to export it. If you're having any issues, I was having issues with my current player that when I would hit export, when the export button was still up here, it would immediately give me an error and shut down. If you're having a problem with that, it's a simple thing to put the new version on. The only thing that really changed that I've noticed so far is the export button's down here instead of up there. Okay, it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And so now if you've got this somewhere and you hit Smart Player, now it opens up and it's just that footage on there that we just exported. And that's it for exporting from XProtect.